Another thing that's really awesome about the Switch is you don't even have to have your hands on the controller for it to move sometimes. I think it's called like Joy-Con drift or something. It's really awesome. It's a great feature on there. Hey guys, I'm Dex.
I'm Ben.
And we are the Cousins.
Guys, we're back at the table. This is where we first started. What's up, guys? I'm Ben.
And I'm Dex.
And we are the Cousins. Today's subject is
our top 3 games that we have played the most hours in.
Yeah.
And the reason behind that. Okay, so you have 3 honorable mentions?
Yeah, I have 3.
I'll just match your 3. So Minecraft, which I put in 40 hours in.
Of course.
Obviously, you know, the actual game Minecraft, we have way more than 40 hours put in. But on my Switch, yeah.
How long have we been playing Minecraft? Since like 2012.
Bro, I remember booting it up in 2008 on the computer when it was like just like
it's called
demo.
Cave Game or whatever.
Yeah. Once it came to the Xbox, that's when we really started putting in work on that game. Super Mario Party.
No way.
Yeah, that's like 25 hours. And
I guess playing it with like your girlfriend.
Yeah, playing it with Naomi, and you know, anytime we come over and we're not watching a show or something like that, or doing whatever. Yeah, we're playing. If we're playing a game on the Switch, it's Super Mario Party. My third honorable mention is Monster Hunter Stories 2. So if you've been watching our channel, you know that I got like really addicted to the game. So I have about 70 plus hours in that game, and that's a great game, man. Love that game. Great game.
So I also have Minecraft as well. I have 60 plus hours on there. I was watching a video the other day and I saw this comment on YouTube saying like Minecraft is one of those games where it's fun. It's like the most fun game for 2 weeks at a time, but like 6 months apart.
Yeah.
But Minecraft is always a game that like you and I like jump back into. And then I have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu with 75 plus hours. Now the mystery game that I know for sure is up there is Super Smash Brothers, but because I haven't played that game in so long, it's not on there. But when I order all games by playtime, it's like number 4. So it's like I have to have at least more than like 75 plus hours. I don't know, because I mean I've played through the story mode, or not story mode. I've unlocked all the characters. I had all the DLC, and my brothers and I would get together like every other day, every other night, back when I still lived at home, and we would just play Smash Brothers for like 2 hours at a time.
Yeah, I remember coming over to your guys' house and seeing you guys play.
But yeah, so those are our honorable mentions. Just touch on them quickly. But now let's get into the actual list, our top 3 games.
Number 3 on my list with 110 hours goes to Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And you know what's crazy, Ben, is I've literally only done fully one story arc or one playthrough, because you know there's 3 houses, there's three stories that you can take, and those 110 hours are only from the very first story, and I haven't picked it up yet. But man, that game is so much fun. Big fan of strategic games and turn-based strategy games, especially. So just the ability to customize your character and pick their weapons, and you know, just all of that is what made the game so much fun, and changing their classes and enjoying the story for that. So that is my number 3, 110 hours put into Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
My number 3 is Pokemon Sword, and I put Shield in there too. Pokemon Sword, I have 140 plus hours.
Wow.
Playing it once, and then I restarted when all the DLC was coming out.
Yeah.
So I probably have like 3 playthroughs of Sword. Just playing through the DLC, just trying to finish my Pokedex. I still haven't done that, and I just slowly but surely trying to do it. But now that there's more Pokemon than there was at the start, I feel like it's a little bit more difficult. A game that was very controversial, but it was a game I think that I still hold pretty close. I have more fond memories with that game than I do negative, and I don't know, maybe that's not you. I just chose to focus on a lot of the positive, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The story was super lackluster, but what mattered the most to me was the Pokemon, and also the quality of life improvements that they had to the game.
Sure. Yeah, and I'll have to just chime in and agree with you on that. You know how like Gen 5 had a moment in time where it's like one of the most hated games, man. People hated it.
Yeah.
I definitely think looking looking to the future, people are going to look at Gen 8 in the same light, and that might be a controversial statement in itself, but the truth is the replayability that we complain about in Sun and Moon, they fixed in Gen 8. You know what I mean? I've replayed the game at least 6 times that I can remember. So I think that's really awesome about that game is the replayability, the amount of Pokemon, even though it's technically less and it's not all of them. The amount that you can capture in the wild area makes it just so much fun to play through. And of course the DLC.
For me, and I'm sure it's for you too, we're not like Game Freak apologizers. We're not like on their side and saying like, oh, they don't need to change anything. Like, no, we wish that there was a lot more added to the game.
Right.
But I think just playing the game for what it is, we still enjoy it, even though it may be lackluster in some areas.
Yeah.
So
you can complain about the graphics all you want, but at the end of the day, Pokemon never had the best graphics, and you don't play Pokemon for the graphics. You play it for the gameplay.
True.
And the gym battles were awesome. Capturing Pokemon is still fun.
First off, I think it just got a little dark.
It did.
I'm gonna check the lighting.
A few moments later.
Sorry, I had to fix the lighting. The sun, it's getting chilly out there, boys. It's holiday season. The sun went away, so I had to adjust the light. Hopefully it looks all right.
Right. Do we both have the same number 2?
Is it Animal Crossing?
It's Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, with 280 hours or more put into the game, Animal Crossing.
Whoa.
What can I say except for it was like literally the perfect storm, the way the game released, and I'm not trying to put what happened during that time in a positive light or anything. It was very sad, and of course, a lot of people are still affected by that. But this game was something that really helped me, I think, mentally. And a lot of people, millions of people, 30 plus million people downloaded the game worldwide. So huge. I think the past record for Animal Crossing New Leaf was like 12 million. So it blew that out of the park.
Jeez.
When we were all stuck at home, quarantining and stuff like that, I put in a bunch of hours in it.
Yeah, so my number 2 is also Animal Crossing. I have 180 plus hours, and it's still going because when we're recording this, they just announced a few days ago the final Animal Crossing 2.0 update, adding a ton of characters, adding a ton of features, DLC. So Dexter talked me into, you know what, bro, just reset your island. And I was like, all right. And I reset my island that I had, I'd done a ton of work on. And it's just reminding me of those early days when you have to build the bells and you're like your island is full of weeds, full of trees. You don't have any friends to like jump around. I was fortunate enough to still be working at the time of the start of the pandemic, and that was a huge blessing. But I didn't work till like later in the day, so I do remember waking up and like just playing Animal Crossing in the morning and doing all my tasks and meeting the villagers, getting the tools. I probably hadn't played Animal Crossing that seriously ever. Of course, we played the first one on the GameCube.
Yeah.
And then I played the one on the DS, Wild World. I didn't play City Folk at all. And I played New Leaf probably for 2 or 3 hours most. But this was the first time that Animal Crossing was just something that I played and put so much effort and time into. Early days of Animal Crossing, hanging out. Oh, you have cherries? Oh, you have peaches? Bro, I have apples. It's so lame. Like just being able to experience that, to go back, maybe not the pandemic part, but being able to experience that everybody was working together in Animal Crossing was just, you had to have been there. It was great.
Right. And you know what's cool, really cool, and mad prop to you, Animal Crossing. Your guys' community is by far, like, to me at least, looking at it, is like the least toxic community that I can find in gaming. Like, they're just so wholesome. Like, like people just want to share their worlds, their what is it called? Customization, like patterns and everything like that.
That's true. There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, so, and it's still going strong, and mad props to you, Animal Crossing. You guys are a light in this dark world, for sure.
That actually just reminded me, because I remember the other meme that was going around was Doom Guy plus Isabella, because Doom Eternal, the second Doom, released on the same day, March 17th of 2020.
Yeah.
They created like a whole YouTube video where it was like, it was a music video where like Isabella was singing about being in the Doom universe, and she was like killing a bunch of things. It was just like the funniest thing ever. it's just a lot of fun, and that like really speaks to the whole community aspect. I think instead of, you know, I think of like other AAA titles where like,
AKA Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty. But I think of EA, how they'll like throw
yeah.
like titles right before a big launch just to make that other one sell more and to kill. It's horrible. But the fact that Animal Crossing and Doom, they got along and there was memes about it, like that some people still remember to this day. It's like really cool.
For sure.
So you're number one.
Yes.
280 hours is a lot.
Yeah. So
that's for his number two.
Right. So my number one, tallying up 315 hours total. That's gonna be Pokemon Shield, which I have 290 hours in, and Pokemon Sword, which I have 25 hours in. So that's 315 total. I've always loved Pokemon. Pokemon has always been a big part of my childhood. Nostalgic factor. I just remember purchasing the game when it released, and just in college, like playing the game, you know. And I was just addicted to that game. And I couldn't tell you how I put in 315 hours, because it's like, I think a normal person will look at them like, dude, you can't play that game for that long. But I think I restarted the game multiple times. I tried doing the live Pokedex. I got into competitive battling for a little bit. I don't know how I put in so many hours. I think one thing that's helped a lot for me with playing Pokemon games is making up the story myself. Like Ben knows this already, and this, you might look at this and it's weird, but I have a Google Docs with like my Pokemon that I've caught, when I caught them, the story behind them. Like I make up a whole story behind them.
And I think in a way that's the whole point of video games, right? Is to have an escape for reality, and I think that's the whole point of Pokemon. Like think about back in the day when they were just sprites on a screen, you know, they didn't have motion, so you kind of had to imagine who they were, and that's why they have natures, and then they also have tendencies. If you look up in the stats of your Pokemon, they'll have tendencies, and it kind of gives more character to the Pokemon to kind of make them more individually and make them yours. I think adding, you know, your stories and stuff, maybe not everybody does it. I definitely don't do it, but I think it's an awesome thing that you kind of get more out of Pokemon. That I wish that I could get more out of Pokemon that way too. I think I've tried it, and the times that, you know, I've kind of imagined the battle scenes in my head, it's helped me play, and it's helped me enjoy Pokemon more.
Sure.
And also to touch on the how can you play so many hours, I think that's what's great about the Nintendo Switch, is that it's portable, right? So it's like you can play in your free time. Like you bring a Switch to work, play it on your break. That's like 15, 20, 30 minutes right there. Yeah. And it's all those add up.
Yeah, what Ben said about what's really awesome about the Switch is the ability for you to play mobile. Another thing that's really awesome about the Switch is you don't even have to have your hands on the controller for it to move sometimes. I think it's called like Joy-Con drift or something. It's really awesome. It's a great feature out there.
My number one is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, this is a meme like the first meme that we've ever had on Dakuzen's channel.
Yeah, I have on this Switch 255 plus hours on one profile, but I have two profiles so that way I can play certain games again without having to reset. So on my second profile, I can't look because another thing, Nintendo, let us look without having to buy Nintendo Online. Like that makes no sense. Yeah. But I can't look because I don't have two Nintendo Online accounts. On my first account, on this one, I've beaten the story twice now. The second time through, I did all the DLC. I've gotten all the shrines. I've gotten a few hundred Koroks out of like the 900 ridiculous amount, like 903 or something, and I have like 300 or so. That's 255 hours on one account, and I know I can't quantify exactly how much, but I know that on the other account I've put in 50, 60, probably more hours just playing through the game.
Yeah, it's just funny, bro, looking at our playtimes list, how many hours we put in the game, and like how much I was like roasting you for putting like 300 hours plus, and then I actually looked, I'm like, oh snaps, I put in like just amount of that amount of work on like Pokemon Sword and Animal Crossing. So you know what, Ben, really looking at these lists that we have here has made me realize is just how much gaming has been a part of our lives. And kind of underappreciated. And you know, if you're a gamer, then you just know, like Ben said earlier, is the ability to get away and kind of de-stress on that level and just get away from what's going on in life. Is really awesome. It's really cool, and safe to say we love our Switches, and the investment that it's put in our lives and how much fun we have. Let us know down below, what are the games that you have the most hours in on your Switch and your playtime? So what are some cool stories that you have on there?
Yeah, if you haven't looked, maybe you'll look at your playtime and you'll shock yourself. Like, I know I was pretty shocked when I looked at it a few days ago.
Definitely. While you're down there on the comment section, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Help us get to that 250 mark and join the Couzin Club.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, until the next video, my name is Dex.
I'm Ben.
And we are the Couzins.